All right, fastest and slowest selling cars in the month of January 2024. And surprise, surprise, folks, we're also going to compare to December of last year. Dodge is leading the charge again, Dad. The Dodge Hornet has a 506 days supply of inventory nationwide, 13,275 Dodge Hornets for sale nationwide. Only 1,180 have sold in the last 45 days. For those that are unfamiliar, can you help explain what market days supply is and how we use it as a measurement of how quickly or slowly a car is selling?
Market day supply is how long it takes for the product that is on the ground to sell at the normal sales rate it has been selling at if they were not to get any more vehicles. So in this particular case, there are 13,275 Hornets, Dodge Hornets, and nobody knows what a Dodge Hornet is, but that's another story. And there's only been 1,180 buyers for those in the last 45 days. So if the Dodge dealers don't get another Hornet in inventory between now and when they sit in 506 days, they should at that point have sold all those remaining Hornets. The better question here is, how did those 1,180 people even know there was a Hornet?
Definitely. There are some concerns around how you market the 10 slowest selling vehicles in the United States. Let's go to number 2, Dodge Charger, 488 days supply, Ram 2500, 436 days supply, Dodge Challenger, 364 days supply, and the Chrysler 300, a 361 days supply. Dad, the first 7 vehicles on this list are Stellantis vehicles. 8
Yes.
out of the top 10 are owned by Stellantis. There's one Nissan and one Ford in this list, and the entire top 5 is Stellantis. These are your slowest selling vehicles, which means most likely to negotiate at the dealership. If I'm a dealer and I've been sitting on, let's use the Ram 2500 that has an average listing price of nearly 70 grand. If I've been sitting on one for a year, go watch our video about floor plan costs. It costs that dealer a lot of money to
Yes.
sit on it. Not only are there major incentives from the OEM, Stellantis or Nissan or Ford for these vehicles, there's also significant negotiability with the dealer. These are the slowest selling cars in America right now. These are the ones you can get deals on.
The top 5 basically have a year plus worth of inventory on the ground. What the manufacturer and the dealer wants that to be is typically somewhere between 75 and 90 days, not 361 to 506 days. They are, I shouldn't use the term drowning in product, but they're drowning in product. Don't be surprised if you're walking the lot if they hand you a life vest, okay? Because the salesperson certainly needs it, and you as the customer might as well.
Friendly reminder, you can skip the dealership and actually buy some of these vehicles back on CarEdge.com. And yes, the dealer discounts there are significant, to say the least. Go check it out. Fastest selling vehicles in the United States. And then we're going to compare to some of the historical data that we have. We've been tracking this monthly back on CarEdge.com for almost a year now. So we have a lot of great data here. Dad, the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid, the market days supply for that vehicle, total opposite end of the spectrum.
Yes.
It is 1/100th what the Dodge Hornet is. There is a 5-day supply of Toyota RAV4 hybrids, 512 actively for sale right now. 4,631 of them have sold in the last 45 days.
Yes.
Polar opposite end of the spectrum here. It is mind-boggling to see these numbers back to back.
Less than a week supply as compared to a year and a half supply. Big difference. Huge difference. And that would indicate to me that I wouldn't expect as a customer to be able to get any type of significant price reduction on a RAV4 hybrid. It's just, I mean, literally, that's one of those cases where the salesperson can look at you and go, either you pay it or the guy right behind you will. You know, you've literally, Toyota dealers have less than a week's supply of RAV4 hybrids.
That's absurd. It's absolutely absurd. 3 of the top 5 vehicles that are the fastest selling, the most quickly turned inventory are Toyota products. So let that sink in, folks. We do have some Toyota products like the Tundra, for example, not on here, and others, and those are negotiable, selling under MSRP. But pretty much if it's on this list and you can get it at or below MSRP, that is a deal still in 2024. This is kind of like the exception list, the exception to the rule. These are the vehicles that are selling so quickly. Again, polar opposite from the list we were just looking at. That a surprise, in my estimation, but I guess it makes a little bit of sense because there's also a Cadillac Escalade on this list. You have number 2, the Land Rover Range Rover Sport, an 18-day supply, even with a $100,000+ transaction price. 845 for sale, 2,090 have sold in the last 45 days. I guess this speaks volumes to those that have affluence, that have wealth, still buying big, expensive SUVs.
Some of the vehicles that are on here appeal directly to the 17% of the buying public that still figures they can afford to buy a car. And if you can afford to buy a $100,000 Range Rover Sport, I'm guessing you're making more than $50,000, $60,000 a year.
There is an interesting theme here, Dad. The 10 vehicles on this list can almost be broken up into 2 categories. Cars that normal people,
Yes.
I mean, I don't want to disparage wealthy people, but like cars that you and I can afford.
Yes.
And cars that you and I can't afford. Like
Yes.
that's the 2 groups, right?
Yeah.
You've got the RAV4 hybrid.
It's cars that the average person could afford and cars that above average people can afford, income-wise.
Yeah, you've got
Yes.
RAV4 hybrid. Normal
Yes.
people can buy that.
Yes.
Again, maybe normal's not right. Normal, average income can buy
Yes.
that. There we go. That's the appropriate way to say it. RAV4 hybrid. Yep. Toyota Tacoma. Yep. Toyota Sienna, getting expensive, but still a yep. Then you've got the Kia Rio, abso-freaking-lutely, the Ford Maverick, and then you've got the Toyota Corolla Cross. So 60% of the vehicles that are the fastest selling are vehicles that people can buy.
Affordable.
Most people can afford them. Yep.
Yes.
And then 40% are your luxury vehicles that are those that have affluence and wealth driving around to soccer practice in their Range Rover Sport, BMW X5, Cadillac Escalade, BMW X7. Those are expensive, big, as you like to say, big ass SUVs. Those are
Yes.
big, expensive, luxurious vehicles that are really, really fast selling. GMC Yukon's not on here, Dad. Or the Yukon Denali not on here, but like could be, should be. I
Yeah.
know that's fast selling. So it's like there's a bifurcation in the market right now that it's hard to reconcile.
The dichotomy of society at the moment, the chasm between the haves and have-nots has never been greater. And that list is a perfect example.
Jumping all the way back to November, slowest selling vehicles in the United States, Dodge Hornet was number 1 back then too, with a 501 days supply. Got to give credit where credit is due to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Maserati. That's all owned by Stellantis. When you go back to November, it was only 1, 2, 3, 4. 40% of the top 10 were Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Maserati. Again, credit where credit's due. If you go to December, that number jumped to 70%. 7 out of the top 10 were Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Maserati. And then obviously this month's data, Dad, 8 out of 10 are Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Maserati. I'm not a statistician by any stretch. I just look at numbers and make YouTube videos with my dad. But I'm pretty sure that going from 4 out of the top 10 slowest cars to 7 out of the top 10 slowest cars to 8 out of the top 10 slowest cars, I imagine by March, all 10 will be CDJR Maserati.
I am thinking that there are executives at Stellantis who are going, we can have all 10 of the top 10 slowest selling, most in stock vehicles. Let's go for it, Stellantis. 1, 2, 3, Stellantis. Yeah, it is staggering that what's staggering is that you can go from 4 to 7 to 8 and those people still have jobs. Okay. That's when you think about it, that's what's really staggering. The fact that in November, the Hornet had a 501 day supply and in January, it has a 506 day supply. I mean, why would you have even brought one more Hornet into the country so that day supply could go up? There's something wrong with the way the thinking is at Stellantis at the moment.
Yeah, you're spot
In
on.
my
Man. All right,
opinion.
again,
In my opinion.
skip the dealership, folks. Go to CarEdge.com if you're interested in any of these vehicles. Even those, difficult to get Toyotas, skip the dealership. Get it from CarEdge instead. Pops, thanks for your time as always. I appreciate it.
My pleasure, handsome.